Get ready.
This is the voice of Wayne America.
Lighten up, Francis.
With your host,
Hi-ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Mike Carnes.
How do you measure yourself with other golfers?
My height.
Only at WayneAmerica.com.
The supernova's gonna kill us all.
Okay, this guy is a real zero, that's true. Let's just think back when you guys were freshmen, huh?
.com.
Hello and welcome to the Voice of Wayne America podcast, an exclusive here on WayneAmerica.com. I'm Mike Carnes, your host for everything that is the best town in all of America, and that's right here in Wayne America. And we're getting to the end of the school year, and it's almost time to break away for the summer. But one of the things here in Wayne that has really gotten to be a really fun part of the spring season, and if you leave this event and don't feel good about life in general, then something really is wrong with you. It's called the Spring Sprints, and it's going to take place this Friday at beginning at 10:30 over at the Kern Track and Field here on the campus of Wayne High School. And with us on the show today is Kayla Varley, who's the special education teacher at Wayne High School and is involved with the Spring Sprints, and we're going to talk a little bit about what it's all about and what kind of events will be taking place and things. But I know, Kayla, you've been doing a lot of preparation to get ready for this.
Yep,
Feel pretty excited about what's coming up.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. We've been working hard on it since about January. So in this last month, we've really worked hard to get all the schools, get their paperwork in, get all the organization to happen. So hopefully it'll be a smooth day on Friday.
Yeah. Now this is the 8th annual event. This is something that really has become one of those things that you really look forward to seeing every spring. Outside of I think maybe graduation, I think is probably the most popular event. Not just for the kids that are involved, but I think the kids in the school district. You see a lot of kids from the high school here that help out with this event.
That has actually grown. In the past, it's always been the National Honor Society students, and now this year we've also expanded the people who we're looking at for volunteers. So we're also doing the National Honor Society. They've got about 20 students coming to help. We've started the Unified Bowling Program. So there are some students from the Unified Bowling Program coming to help, and then a lot of my class they're all in a PE class, so then that PE class, we've opened it up for volunteers there, because the big purpose is just one more opportunity for their peers to be with all of the other peers, or for that inclusion to happen. So these are all great students who are willing to jump in and help and participate with them.
Yeah. Now this is the 8th annual event. I know that got its start here a number of years ago. Talk a little bit about how this whole thing got started and how it's grown.
Yes. So 8 years ago, they were sitting at a SPED meeting, and I think it was Tracy Kruzmark and Jane Arns from Crofton who were talking about how they just don't really have anything for students who can't participate on their school track meet for whatever reasons, or they might not find success on their school track meet. So they wanted to come up with something so that everyone had that opportunity to experience this. So Jane was kind of talking about that at the meeting, and Tracy Kruzmark spoke up and said, well, we have a track for it, because at that time, I'm not sure if Crofton does now or not, but at that time they didn't have a track. So it's always been we come together, Crofton and Wayne, and I do a lot of the planning, and Jane comes from Crofton and helps run the actual show the day of, and the teamwork has happened. It's just been like that ever since.
Yeah, and this thing has really grown. I don't remember how many schools were here for the first one, but you were telling me that we got about 200 student athletes from 18 different schools that are going to be here.
Yep. If I remember, what I've kind of gone back to look, I think were maybe 60 students at the very first one. So yeah, we've continued to reach out to a variety of schools, and they're very receptive to it. So
yeah, and a lot of the area schools here will have kids here. I know Laurel in the past. Laurel's had kids here in Wakefield, Allen, some of the other communities. So there's going to be a really good representation from the area.
Yep, and like I said, we've got a couple new ones. Who has not come? Twin River is new this year. Oh, Oakland is new this year. Boone Central is new. Why not? I don't think that they came last year. But yeah, and then we've got South Sioux City joining us again. They'll be a big force. They've got quite a few athletes that they're bringing as well. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And then there's one athlete coming from Papillion La Vista too.
There is.
I've heard
There
is
is a very special athlete coming from Papillion.
And of course, for those of you who don't know, that's my granddaughter. She's going to be participating in this as well. Talk a little bit about some of the events that the kids get to participate in, because it's there's some field events that are involved and some running events and just a lot of different things that they can do.
Yes. Yep. So we're trying to mirror it to be similar to track, but then we also go and modify from what track does, so we can have as many people participate in regardless of what their abilities are. So some of the events that we have are the standing long jump. The new one that we've started this year will be the discus throw using a frisbee. So we'll give that a go. I think that'll be fun for them. Then we do the shot put with a softball. And then we just do a different varieties of walks and runs. Some with wheelchairs, some assisted walks. And then we just do a variety of distances for running as well.
All right, and everything from what, about a 25-yard sprint to 4x100 relay.
Yep, and then we do an 800. We do an 800 as well. Yes, that's our big long one.
Okay, so and a lot of the kids will assist some of the younger kids as they participate in this event too.
That's the kids are always good about spreading out and jumping in, or if they see a kid who isn't quite making it around that last corner, the kids are really good about either cheering them on or jumping in and running right alongside them. And so I think the kids really have enjoyed that from both aspects, the athletes and the other students watching. So
we're talking with Kayla Varley from Wayne High School. The 8th annual Spring Sprint is coming up this Friday here in Wayne. And before we get back to more of that, I just want to let all the moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas and even Aunt Sally and Uncle Earl in on a little something going on. Mikey C Productions is updating all the photos from the 2018-19 school year. And you can get great quality shots of your favorite star athlete, actor, or goofy high school student online at MikeyCProductions.com. We have a goofy high school student here with us watching the program here today. So you can get great quality prints, buy a digital download for instant delivery, or get your favorite photo on a coffee mug. And who wouldn't want a photo of Jess Gibson on a coffee mug, right, Jess? Yeah. So you can get, even on a cell phone cover or wall hanging, a variety of things you can get your favorite photo on. Photos from the 2017-18 school year, that's last school year, are going to be retired the end of May, on May 31st. So don't wait. Get great quality photos now at MikeyCProductions.com. Here on the big show on the Voice of Wayne America podcast, we're talking with Kayla Varley from Wayne High School. The 8th annual Spring Sprints are coming up this Friday at the Kern Track and Field at Wayne High School. Registration will start at 10 o'clock with the action getting started at 10:30 in the morning, and a lot of kids are going to be here. And talk a little bit about trying to manage that chaos, because it's a lot of kids, a lot of kids, with special needs that are a part of this, and it's real. Kind of a organized chaos is what it was the best way to describe it out there.
It very much is organized chaos. Like I said, we've been trying to get it as organized as possible since January, so it just kind of falls into place. And I think that we really have gotten it down, but it's just a lot of, like you said, it's organized chaos. So I'm trying to make sure that everyone is well aware of some of the expectations so they know what their job is, and the more people who are in the know, the better off we are. But we are also in sped in life. You just have to be flexible. So what happens, and we just kind of go with it.
Yeah. And talk about some of the other things that are going to be going on during this. I know that there's an awards thing afterwards. Talk a little about some of the other things that will be happening during that.
Yep. Well, so once the track meet finishes up, each student, so each school we call down, so each student that participates will get a medal, which they seem to really enjoy. So each school will have the opportunity to come down, get their medal, take their pictures, have their time. And then once the actual track meet itself finishes up, then we have a pep rally that will be a K-12 event here at the high school. Well, they'll be recognized again in front of all of the peers. So they enjoy that as well.
That's going to be really neat for them to not only get to participate in this, but then to have their fellow students give them some kudos.
Yeah, the time to shine, which they all love. So
yeah. Now this is going to be going rain or shine Friday.
We have
the
a
4th
rain date for the following Friday, but we have not had to use the rain date yet.
Knock on wood, right?
Knock on wood. I continue to look at the weather every single day, and I am hopeful. We're hopeful to have the events completely done by 2. And it kind of looks like maybe it might be more afternoon showers, so...
Yeah, I know looking at the forecast, there's a chance of rain on Friday, and we never know with Mother Nature, especially this year. It just seems like a never-ending story with the weather. So
yeah, I am really hopeful that the weather will be a beautiful day, but we do have a rain date just in case. But again, we have not had to use that yet.
okay, talk a little bit about the Wayne kids that are going to be participating in this. Who are some of the kids that we're going to see in action here? I know Jess is sitting over here. He's always a part of this and has a lot of fun.
Yep. So I have 7 students that'll be participating here at the high school, and then there's probably about 7 students at the elementary school as well that have been training and practicing hard. Any of those nice days, we go out and we get on the track, or we practice throwing our softball, or just anything to get moving and get ready for this day.
Yeah. Well, Jess Gibson is here. Jess, what's your favorite event?
Running and softball throw.
Running and the softball throw, huh? Yeah. And you get on your little walker there and really get down the track, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to that this week?
Yes.
Yeah.
He's been practicing in his gait trainer so he can make some good time,
Yeah.
haven't you?
Yeah. He gets up the track
He
pretty
does.
quick, doesn't he?
He works hard on that.
Yeah. And a lot of the other kids here will be participating in a variety of events. From like Kayla said, there'll be a discus throw, which will be done with a frisbee, and that'll be kind of an entertaining event because you never know where
they're gonna go.
a frisbee's going to go, and when you throw it. So, and also a softball throw, which is kind of their version of the shot put, and then there's also a long jump. And then a variety of running and walking events, some assisted walking events, wheelchair events. So a lot of stuff that'll be happening on the track there at Kern Track and Field, getting started at 10 o'clock with the registration, and then activities getting started at 10:30, and that'll be going on throughout the day. Now, Terry Bear be doing PA again this year.
He will be. He will provide free entertainment that day.
He provides a lot of entertainment on the microphone, gets everybody excited, but boy, by the end of his day, his voice is pretty well shot.
Yep, it's shot. Yeah, he's really good at bringing smiles to everyone's face.
You'd think a guy who's been a football and a track coach would have a voice that could go all day like that.
No, he works hard. He works hard that day.
He certainly does. So the event starts at 10 o'clock with registration. Are late registrations being taken?
Yep, anyone. We just have a couple forms that we need to fill out, and I'm pretty sure that I have those forms online. Otherwise, I've emailed pretty much every school within a 100-mile radius of us. But yep, there's some forms. We'll take students the day of as long as their forms are signed. This year we have I Love Public Schools coming, which is a really cool event. So with them being on site, we also have an additional form that needs to be filled out for a consent in the chances that they are recorded or in a picture. So that consent would also is required as well as a Wayne liability.
And that's a video that's being produced, right?
Yes, yep, by I Love Public Schools. So that's a really cool event that's happening this year.
All right, so that'll be a part of the excitement as well, and it should be a great day. Hopefully Mother Nature will cooperate.
Yes.
She's been so fickle this spring. I was at a track meet yesterday, and it was about 50 degrees and a 20-mile-an-hour wind, so it didn't feel anywhere near 50 degrees. So hopefully these kids have a little better day.
Yes, let's hope so.
All right, the Spring Sprints again coming up this Friday at 10 o'clock here at Kern Track and Field here in Wayne at Wayne High School. Kayla, thanks a lot for talking with us on the program this time around, and looking forward to this Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having us. I appreciate you spreading the word.
All right.
That's cool. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. That's going to do it for this edition of the Voice of Wayne America podcast here on WayneAmerica.com. Mike Carnes talking with you again. Next time here on the big show, we'll do another edition of the Voice of Wayne America podcast, and so look for that here online on WayneAmerica.com. Until then, have a good one, and we'll talk to you later.